In this section of the tutorial, we are going to use NDVI to explore how agricultural practices have changed over time using Sentinel-2 and Landsat-5 imagery. First, we are going to create two different NDVI datasets using Sentinel-2 imagery. By doing this, we can examine how the extent of agricultural areas or other areas with dense vegetation cover change over time. Open the next version of the script. There is a link in the video description. Scroll down to line 10. Here you will see the code needed to add the first Sentinel-2 NDVI image. The variables are labelled as early to indicate that they belong to the earlier of the two datasets. In line 14, you can see that this earlier period that we want to look at is between June and September of 2018. Scroll down to line 28. You will see that this next block of code is almost identical, except the variables are labelled as late and the dates are filtered to include the period between June and September of 2020. So in the Layers panel, you will see that we have a later NDVI and an earlier NDVI. And we can turn the later one off in order to compare it with the earlier one. We can also use the transparency slider next to each layer. If you click and drag it, you can make the top layer, the later image, partially transparent, which is a great way of comparing the two images. You can do this to see if any new farms have been established between the two periods. For instance, we can see that this field is there in the later imagery, but not in the earlier imagery. If we change the date of the earlier imagery to 2016 and run the script, we can see how agricultural practices have changed over a longer period. So if I move into the south and then slowly move the slider across, you can see new farms appearing in this part of the Northern Oman study area. Sentinel-2 imagery only started to be collected in 2015, so data from this year provides the widest possible comparison that we can make. Change the earlier imagery to August of 2015 and the later imagery to October of 2020 and run the script. You can see that if we use the transparency slider on the later image, that many new farms were created in the southern part of the study area between these two dates. Look in this area especially. Practice looking at agricultural change in your study area over different periods. You may have to try several different date combinations to find the most appropriate imagery.